Hello, my name is Reese Helms, and this is a persuasive speech about money. Everyone needs and enjoys money, right? This bag here is from a bank, and most of us would hope it would be full of it. But with the state wages being so low in some parts of the country and much higher in other states, why isn't the wages raised everywhere? With more money in our pockets, people would be able to provide for their families more, do more pleasurable activities, and not worry how they are going to pay for everyday necessities. Huffington Post in January of 2018 showed that 18 states were getting a higher minimum wage increase. For most of us seeing this, we live in South Carolina, where the minimum wage has stayed at $7.25 an hour. Forbes.com states that Washington, D.C. now has the highest minimum wage rate at $11.50 an hour, with Massachusetts and California following. PayWizard goes into detail, saying that Washington, D.C. will continue to raise their minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2020. The cost of living is higher in most of the states that are raising their minimum wage, but in the states that aren't changing, it doesn't seem fair. Some argue that if the minimum wage is raised, then the cost of living has to raise with it, but that is not true in every aspect. According to Toggle.com, one of the main benefits of raising the minimum wage is that it creates a better relationship with the company you work for, because you won't go looking for other jobs that pay higher money. Some argue that if the minimum wage is increased, then companies will have to raise their prices of their product to stay positive in their sales. This over time would cause the need for another wage increase, which is something we are starting to see already, again in Washington, D.C. According to local South Carolina attorneys, South Carolina has a law that allows you to file a lawsuit for unpaid wages up to 3 years after the incident. However, it is not required for the company to pay you the money you earned. This is a very controversial topic in the sense that we, in South Carolina, already get paid the bare minimum, and companies still rather hold on to their money than give it to the people that make the money for them. Cron.com shows that certain jobs are exempt from the minimum wage, such as professional jobs and outside sales jobs. You earn money in those fields based on what you can sell and how much of it. Commission has no limit other than the percentage you are allowed to earn by the company. Not talking about commission, but tips, the minimum wage federally is $2.13 an hour, which is absurdly low. People in jobs that make tips tend to exceed the minimum wage income by far, but they are still working just as hard as any employee and are not guaranteed a tip at all. It is not a law that you have to tip, and tips become the main source of income obviously if you are in a field such as waitering, being a doorhop, or any tip-driven job. The incentive to get tips makes the employee work harder and more diligently so they can get the money they deserve. This is good for the employer because hopefully they can have committed employees, but for that commitment, the minimum wage should become higher as well. Many of us watching have probably been in a restaurant job before, and there's nothing worse than serving a table for hours, getting the check back, and your tip is $2 for a $70 meal. Nothing hurts your self-esteem more than that. Our economy now is the best it has been in a while, and with an increase in wages, a large majority of people would be well off financially. With so many states realizing that unemployment rates decrease with higher minimum wage laws, there doesn't seem to be any major cons to raising the wages. I believe that in a few years, South Carolina laws will have to change. The unemployment rate here is one of the highest in the nation, which can easily be changed with a simple increase in wages. The southern states have not shown any major advances towards higher wages, but with petitions and the voice of the people, guaranteed that can be changed. The cost of living is lower in the South for the most part, so higher wages would only benefit the people. Real estate prices may raise slightly, but it would not affect much since everyone would be getting paid a higher minimum. Everybody likes money, I like money, everyone watching likes money, so why not make a difference to get paid more? Thank you. Again, my name is Reese Helms, and this was my speech about money and why we deserve more.